Hi everyone! Today is the 5th of September 2012 and today I am exactly, it's 7 weeks today, which means I've just completed my 7th week and I am now in my 8th week. Wow, what can I say? I have had very, very sore boobs, really sore, to the point where I can't actually run, and they're just so painful. Or like if I'm lying down in bed and then I turn over onto my back, it is so painful. I had to have a hot water bottle on them the other night because they were just throbbing. The pain, I can't really describe it. It's like it's kind of like having a stomach ache in your boobs, if that makes any sense. And they get itchy and tingly as well. I've noticed they're a lot more veiny than they were before. There's like blue veins underneath, and I think they've also got bigger. I also am getting very, very hungry. If I don't eat at certain times, like when I'm out at work on my hospital placement, I start work at 7 o'clock. So I've had my breakfast probably 5:30 in the morning. So by the time 9 o'clock comes, I'm literally ravenous. I normally wait till about 11 because that's when I start actually feeling sick because I'm so hungry. I cannot actually let myself get hungry because I start to feel really sick. You know that feeling when you haven't eaten in ages and ages? That is what it feels like. Other symptoms are very gassy after eating, and lots of cramping in my stomach, just like pulling and poking kind of feelings. It's not painful, it's just a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, and it never stays for long periods of time. What else? Yeah, I had a meeting at my university today to discuss how I was going to do my course, as well as go through this pregnancy and have the baby, and they were amazing. They were so understanding. They just wanted to help me so much. I couldn't believe how helpful they were being. If I haven't already said this, I am in the postgraduate diploma of nursing, and that isn't actually being scrapped. So all nurses are actually going to have to do a degree. You won't be able to do the diploma anymore. So I thought, I won't be able to, I'm not going to be able to take a year out and go back on the course because it actually won't exist anymore. Well, it turns out I'm completely wrong, because even though the course is finishing and you can't get onto the course afresh, if you're already on the course, the funding for that course is available for another 5 years. So if you get sick or you have a baby, you can complete it with having funding as well. So they've given me two options. What I can do is I can work until let me get this right. Well, I'm in my second placement, and you need to do 6 placements overall. The third placement is fine. I'll be like in the 20-something weeks by the time that finishes. But when March and April will be the 4th placement, and I will be quite close to my due date, which is the 24th of April. So they have said what I can do is work up until Easter, not do placement 4, not do placement 5, not do placement 6, just go in for the times that I have my lectures. And then afterwards, after everyone else is finished and the baby's a bit older, I can then go and do my other placements and make up any hours that I've lost. Because it's a lot easier to go to university with a new baby at home than it is to go on placement, because placement is just exhausting. And they said also, because everyone else would have finished, it would actually give me better placements as well, because there'd be more choice of where they can put me. So that's fantastic. So what would happen is I would actually get 4 weeks off before I gave birth, and then another 4 months after that, which is great. Or if I felt that at Easter time, before I went, that I wasn't feeling that I wanted to go back just yet, you know, in the 4 months time, or after the birth I decided that actually I really wanted to it's gone all dark, sorry, wanted to I'm just going to put the light on, that's better, stay at home with the baby, and that I was enjoying it, there is actually an option to take 12 months off, and in that 12 months you actually still get the bursary. And then I'd be able to go back onto the master's course that is running, but it will be like an individualised programme for me. I'm so happy that they are going to allow me to fit in. They said, you and the baby are the most important, and we'll pack everything around that. I mean, it is so lovely of them. It's so generous and considerate. And they said, you know, if you feel sick, you have morning sickness, or you're not feeling up sick, then you have a sick day. Like, that is not a problem. And I'm just so happy, you know, that they are allowing me to be so flexible. What I would like to do is, you know, have the time off, just going to my placements, just going to my lectures, sorry, and then do the placements later on. But, you know, if I feel I can't do that, then I can take the 12 months paid maternity leave, which is great. I hope that makes sense anyway. It's a bit difficult to explain. But the upshot of it is that I can have this baby and do my nursing course, which is brilliant news. One of the ladies that was talking to me today, because there was 3 of them, that are in charge of these things, she's actually a midwife, so she was talking to me about how important it is to actually nest before you give birth. She said she's actually seen women and students before that you know, they work right up until, you know, very close to their due date, and what happens is they're so full of adrenaline that actually the labour doesn't happen, or it becomes difficult, because when one of the hormones, the hormone that actually stimulates labour, I think is called oxytocin. That I might be wrong, sorry if it is, but adrenaline actually works against oxytocin, so actually, you know, stops those labour hormones from being able to work as well as they could. And also, she's saying it's really important to have that, to do this nesting before you give birth. So you need 4 or 5 weeks, excuse me, before you give birth to be able to bond with the baby inside you, you know, just rest. And even though a lot of women in this day and age feel guilty about that, you know, oh, you know, I must be working and I don't want to let people down at work. No, actually, you need to look after yourself and the baby, and it's okay to rest and do nothing. Actually, that's what you need to do, is what's recommended. So, you know, she was saying that women that work up until the very last minute, it's actually almost like giving birth to a stranger, because you haven't had time to bond with the child. Of course, you'll probably bond after, but it's much better to have that bit of time off before. So I think I've been lucky in a way that I am doing the nursing course, that there are women there that understand medically, you know, what a woman needs when she's pregnant, and they just have a real good understanding, and they are so willing to help me. I really couldn't ask for anything more at all. It's just amazing. But no, apart from that, I feel fine. I really don't feel any ill effect. I do get a little bit queasy sometimes, but like I said, that's just when I don't eat. If I need to eat, I need to eat straight away, literally. I cannot wait half an hour. I have to eat then, otherwise I start to feel really unwell. I'm just really hoping that this all goes well. I can't even think about what would happen if this pregnancy doesn't turn out to be, well, I know it's viable, but if it turns out to miscarry or something, it would just be, I don't know what I'd do, it'd be absolutely dreadful. But I'm just trying to stay positive at the moment. It is hard when you've had losses before, and 8 weeks is not, and I'm not even finished the 8 weeks, I'm just starting the 8 weeks. It's not far in pregnancy, so although I'm making all these plans and thinking about the future, I'm still having to think in the back of my head not to get too... I'm trying to kind of remain a little bit detached, because I just know how easy it is really for things to, not go the way you want them to. So anyway, I'm trying to be positive. I got a letter through the post yesterday about my 12-week scan, which is on October the 4th, which is brilliant. Really cannot wait for that. I am such an impatient person anyway. I just really want this pregnancy to start progressing. I think these early weeks are I actually think they're the worst time of the whole thing, because it's so, not only, you have the whole 2-week weight worrying thing anyway. I've missed my period, I might be pregnant, is the test right, and all this, and so you go through all that, and then when you're pregnant you have lots of mixed emotions, even if it's a planned pregnancy. A lot of women start freaking out. Do I really want this? What about, my life? Will I still be able to do the things I want to do? And so it's lots of emotions going on, and then you start to worry that, it's not going to be a successful pregnancy. I mean, even though I've had the scan and I've seen the heartbeat, I still do worry about it. I was speaking to my boyfriend about it earlier, and he just says, well, you can't do anything about it. If it's going to happen, it will, and just try not to worry about it. You can't change anything. But, he's so practical, just sees everything in black and white. But actually, that's hard to do, like when your emotions are involved. You can't help worrying. I think men just don't, I don't know. They just seem to be able to separate emotions from things. Anyway, that's my update for the moment. Yeah, and as far as the nursing goes, it's going really well. I was working in oncology today, which is cancer care. So I saw some people having their chemotherapy and cold cap treatment, which is to try and stop them from losing their hair. They have a cold cap on, literally just a cap that's plugged in to this cooling system, and it cools the head down. And this is designed so that the chemotherapy drugs, if you cool something down, the circulation is less likely to go there as much, and this is what they're trying to do, so that the drugs aren't going to reach the hair follicles as much as they would. Sorry, I didn't explain that anyway, but yeah, that is the basic premise of it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, it was very interesting. But I later found out that I really shouldn't be. It's okay to be around the what they're called cytotoxic, which means toxic to cells. I really shouldn't be around these drugs, because definitely not when I'm pregnant. I mean, it's okay to be there and watch, but you mustn't ever touch them or anything, which you probably wouldn't do anyway as a student. But yeah, no, apart from that, really good. So I will leave it there anyway. I will keep you posted with what's going on, and I will do another video, hopefully at week 9. Well, when week 9 begins, which is technically week 8, if that makes any sense. I explained all that in my last video anyway. But yeah, yeah, that's all for now. I will speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.